In this video we will be talking about the interface of Revit. Basically in Revit you will have these tabs at the top that are divided into architectural, structure, steel, system, and so on. So in these tabs you will have the commands that you can use in the software itself on your project. So you can, for example, start a wall from here, you can start a new door from here, and so on. In AutoCAD, we used to write the command that we want and press enter for it to open. In 3ds Max, we didn't have this option, but in Revit, we have a similar option that is, if you can see here, for example, when I go to wall, you can see after wall it's written WA. So no need to for a command bar or anything. You can just type WA and it will open the wall command. Okay. No need for enter, no need for a command panel or anything. Just type the shortcut and it will open it for you. So in these tabs you will find some of the elements that you can start drawing. Also you'll have some other options as for example we have here annotate, we have analyze, massing insight, we have some options for the view, managing, and so on. So we'll go through these in details later on, but for now these are the tabs. Here we have the shortcuts that we have at the top. So basically the standard things that we have usually, which are open, save, and then we have undo and redo, we have print, and we have some other shortcuts for the software itself. Okay. Then we have at the left here, we have the properties panels, and then we have the projects panel. Okay, so this is the properties. Whenever you are drawing anything, you will see the properties here and you can change them from here. Otherwise, it will show you the properties of the page that you open from here. So in the project browser, you have all the views divided into categories. So for example, we have the floor plans here in this project. We have 2 levels, and then we have the site. For the 3D views, we have all of these, and then for the elevations and so on, and we can add more to that whenever we need them. So basically what I prefer to do is to move one of them and put it on the other side. So for example, I'll keep the properties here and the project browser here. This way we will have a better view for both of them, and also it will be easier for us to go back and forth between things without any conflict or any yeah, you don't need to like be confused with both of them above each other. Of course, this is something that is up to you. You can change it later on, but for me, I prefer to work this way. So in the project browser, whenever you click on any of these levels or 3D views or anything else, it will open here as tabs. So usually all the tabs will stay on at the same time, which will sometimes cause the software itself to crash because you'll have a lot of tabs here at the top. So you can always go through them, but instead what I prefer to do is I can click here on this, which is close inactive views. So when you click on it, it will close any inactive views. So now I'm in level 1. If I go to level 2, it will start opening again. So whenever you are done, or you see that a lot of views are on here, you can just go again to close inactive views. So it will close all of them. It will keep this view only for you. Okay, down here we have some of the options that we can go through. For example, now I'm in level 2, which is the first floor. So from here I can change the scale to, for example, 1 to 50 or 1 to 100. You can see that the scale affects the text that we have. It affects a lot of things for the printing, so you don't have any issues when you are printing. So you can change the scale from here. If you want any custom scale, you can click here on custom and then change the ratio. So let's say it's 1 to 75, and then the display name will be the same. So I click on OK. Now I have 1 to 75, which is not here. Okay, so you can go through the scales according to what you want. Then after that we have this one, which is the details level. So the detail level, we have three types. We have chorus, which it will not show you any details that you have. Then we have medium, that will give you more details in any drawing that you have. And then we have fine, which will give you again more details. Of course, this will be affected by the scale as well. So you can go through them to get the level of details that you want. For now, I'll keep it as medium since most of the things that we have doesn't require fine detailing. Okay, so here you can go through them. And then we have the visual styles. And the visual styles, we have wireframe, which will show us everything in 2D. And then we have hidden lines, so it will hide any extra lines that are not supposed to be shown. We have shaded, that will show you the colors as well. And then we have realistic, which will give you a bit more realistic view. Okay, and I think I skipped one, which is the consistent colors, which is basically it will show you solid colors that will be easier for you to see. This will affect the 3D as well. So if I go to 3D views, for example, to the kitchen, so I double clicked on it, it will open a new phase. Here you can see, for example, that the level of detail is medium. If I change it to fine, it will give me a bit more details, which I don't need actually in the 3D view. But then here for the 3D, I have all of these views. So I can go to hidden line, for example, which will give me this. And then you can go to shaded, which will give you this effect. And then we have, of course, realistic, which will give you a bit more realistic view, and so on. Okay, so let's go back to the levels. After that, we have the sun. So you can open the sun path on or off, and then we have the sun settings. We will go through these later on, so you can set the settings of the sun and the direction and so on. Then we have the shadows as well. You can open the shadows or close them from here. Okay, and then we have the do not crop view. Okay, so it was already cropped because it's showing me everything. But if you want to crop something, for example, for level 2, I want to crop view and keep it, for example, from here to here. Okay, so you can do that. So this is what will show when you are cropping everything. So you can show the crop region if you want to see it, and then you can change it from where you want it to start until where. Okay, so you can control this, especially when you're working with a huge building and you want to hide few areas, and or you want to show just one area and focus on that. You can use the crop view from here. Okay, and then we have temporary hide and isolate. So if you select any element here, or let's say I select this wall, you can right click and then go to hide in view, and you can hide elements or categories. So elements basically are the elements itself, and then category all the elements under this category. So for example, if I go here to this wall, to this door, sorry, I can hide this element. But let me just go back, select this, right click, and then hide category. Here it's all the doors are now hidden. Okay, so this is in case you want to hide something. Okay, so you hide by element or you hide by category. But then we have this, which is isolate. Okay, if you want to temporarily hide or isolate, you can, for example, select this bathtub and then go for this. So you can isolate the category or hide it, or isolate element or hide element. So let's say I will isolate. So isolate means that it will give you only the element that you selected, and then all the other things will be hidden. We have here after that, so if you click on it, you can reset. Okay, Let me just go back. So it will reset everything for you. And then we have as well reveal hidden elements. So we've already did hide category for the door. So all the doors are now hidden. So you can select them and you can reveal them. Okay, so this is basically will be from this icon here. Okay, then we don't need to go through all the others for now. So until here, I think that's fine. We can go through all the details when we are working on the software itself. So this is basically the Revit interface. One more thing that we've mentioned in the last video, that in Autodesk Revit we have families and we have a project. So when I go to File and Open, okay, you will see here that we have all these supported files. So basically, when you have any Revit file, if it's a family or if it's a project, it will show the same thing. They will all have this blue rectangle here, blue icon. But how to differentiate if you receive any file? If it's .rvt, this means it's a project. If it's .rte, this means it's a template, and then if it's .rfa, this means it's a family. So RVT is project, RFA is family, and then RTE is a template if this is like a template that you can use for the software. Okay, so that's it for the interface, and in the next video we'll start with the next subject.